excited to announce our next knit along, which is the Basic Norwegian Star Hat. This will be a great introduction to color work if you're interested in joining us for that. I'll go through the pattern step by step. I'll show you some tips and tricks that I use when I knit color work. So I'll put the link to the pattern down below, and just a few things that I notice when I always read through the pattern before I start any project. And one thing I noticed is that she doesn't specifically give quantities of yarn used. Now, if you're going to use 3 colors for this, you'll have the main color, which is the body of the hat, and then you'll have 2 contrasting colors. I'm just going to use 2 colors, the main color for the hat, and then a brighter color for the accent, and then the star motif, which kind of pops. So you'll see what I mean when you see the yarn I've chosen. So you'll want to choose your yarn carefully based on that. The other thing that I did to kind of determine yarn amounts was I went to the Ravelry project pages for this particular pattern, and I looked through to see what other people had done on their project pages and how many yards they used and what they suggested. Now, if you have 3 brand new skeins of worsted weight yarn, you will have plenty. You won't use all of any, but brand new skein depends upon the, it depends on the put up and the brand and how many yards are in each one. If you have 200 yards of your main color, I would think that would be plenty. And then, certainly that'll be less than that for the accent colors. But to be sure, I'm talking about worsted weight yarn now. So to make sure that you think you have enough, go check out the project pages. See if someone else has used the same yarn that you are considering. Okay. So if you're going to use sport weight or fingering weight yarn and you want to do this pattern, it would be cool to do that too. You'll just need to be sure to swatch and then measure the circumference of your head or whoever's head you're knitting for. Measure the circumference of that, figure out your stitches per inch, and then go from there. And we'll talk about that as we get started. That will change your yardage, however. So say 200 yards of worsted weight is not going to be the same as 200 yards of fingering or sport weight. So consider that also. All right. The other thing to note is that she suggests that you cast on 112 stitches, but when I looked through the Ravelry project pages, a lot of people said that was way too big. So you'll want to swatch and figure out your stitches per inch first. Many people decided that 96 stitches casting on was plenty for an adult size. So, all right. The pattern is worked over a 16 stitch chart repeat with the colors. And so you'll want to cast on, that 112 or 16 stitches less than that, obviously is 96. So you decide. Anyway, so there's the color chart. So I printed the pattern. Again, I'll put the link down below. And then I just am going to read through this. So, all right. So I'm looking forward to casting on with you on Tuesday, March 12th. Now, the other thing I wanted to point out about all this is that we're going to have a giveaway for the hat that I knit. And the reason for that is I have a lot of hats. I don't really need another hat. I actually have another colorwork hat that's very, very similar to this that I knit a few years ago out of hand spun. So, as you can imagine, I have a lot of hats. But the group wanted to do a hat knit along, and I thought, okay, well, since I don't need another hat, I'll give away the one that I knit. So if you're interested in that, I will set up a raffle or a drawing, and I'll post the link for that after we get started. So you'll have to see if you like the colors that I've chosen. I am going to knit this giveaway hat in a machine washable acrylic yarn for that reason. Now, if I was knitting it for myself, I would probably do it out of either hand spun or merino, a superwash merino. But, I think it's easier if people have, families or kids or just want a hat that's machine washable. I think it's easier for this purpose for me to make it from acrylic. So you'll have to wait and see if you like the colors that I've chosen, and then you can decide if you want to enter the giveaway for my finished hat or not. All right. The other thing I wanted to announce real quick is next Tuesday, the 12th, I'll be releasing the cast-on video for this first knit-along portion. But also, I'm planning another live stream. Last time we did that, it was super fun. Lots of people attended and commented, and I had a great time answering everybody's questions. So we're going to have another live stream next Tuesday night. All right. So I think that's it. If you have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. Make sure you print your pattern and read through that. And feel free to join us over on the Ravelry groups and the Facebook groups and show me what yarn you've chosen to knit your hat in. All right, as always, Check us out on Patreon, ways that you can support this channel and have extra benefits and live knit night with me. If you're interested in doing that, the link for that's down below also. All right, thanks as always. I appreciate your subscribing to this YouTube channel and all your support. All right, I'll see you Tuesday.